Redo You, the podcast that teaches you tools and strategies so you can build the confidence to rediscover and reinvent yourself. With me, Emma Hull, your favorite life coach. Each week, I'll introduce a concept that you can implement right away so you can live your most authentic life. Let's get started. Have you heard of neurogenic tremoring? It's something that you might actually know about, but you just didn't know the name for. And that's what I'm going to talk about on today's podcast, because it's something that has been coming up again in my coaching. And so often that's what I bring you here, is I figure if things are coming up for my one-on-one coaching clients, there's a pretty good chance that some of you are experiencing these similar things as well. And so neurogenic tremoring is that shaking that you might see animals have after they've experienced a stressful moment. So if you've been watching a wildlife documentary or something and you see like a gazelle has been chased by a lion and the lion doesn't get it and then it shakes afterwards, that's neurogenic tremoring. Humans have evolved in a way where we really spend a lot of time repressing our natural responses to things. And so we do have our fight or flight, that sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system that triggers us when something happens. We go into that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, and you get all that cortisol and adrenaline rushing. And then we just kind of tell ourselves, okay, get over it, whatever it is that stressed you out, because we haven't been chased by a lion, likely. It's more likely that someone cut us off in traffic, or we got a snotty text from someone, or maybe, I don't know, you can think of your own triggering things that have sent you into that fight or flight. So there's no real danger, but your body is perceiving it as danger. And then you just tell yourself, look, get over it and move on. And you don't actually get to complete that cycle with the central nervous system. You're just kind of saying like, okay, stop, move on. Whereas if you introduce a neurogenic tremor, then that can help close that loop and allow you to settle down and get back into your parasympathetic state, that rest and digest state. Now, when you see like animals do it, they can actually twitch their whole skin, right? We can't do that. No one I know can do that. But what you can do is you can literally shake. You don't need any fancy tools or anything. Just literally shake. So shaking your energy out, shifting that energy, getting it moving is a really great way to release that excess cortisol and adrenaline that is built up, and allow yourself to close that loop of being triggered and to come back from that triggered state into your resource state. So there you go. That is my tool for you for this week. When you have been triggered, don't just think, get on with it, move on. Instead, shake it out, reset your nervous system, and then get back on with your day. Let me know, what did you think of this tool? Had you heard of it before? Does it make sense? If you have any questions, reach out, send me a message. And of course, if you found this episode helpful, please like and share and leave me an up to 5-star review. Help more people to access the Redo You podcast and these helpful little tips that I share with you each week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Redo You podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review, and tell a friend, because together we rise even higher. See you next Friday.